never had. So that's why they want to privatize everything so they can up the prices. And you barely surviving. So that's what they were doing in Russia. Until Vladimir Putin came in and said, hey, no. We can't allow this stealing of our industries. We can't survive. We can't allow you to privatize all our industries and we can't pay for said functions of the country. We can't afford to even live here. And that's what happened in America. Isn't it funny? That's what's happened in America because they've been long bought our Congress and Senate. That we can no longer afford to live in the very country that we were born and raised in and propagandized that America's so great, it's number one in the world. But no one can afford to live here. We can't afford it. You work all damn day, every day. We can't even pay. At the end of the damn 2 weeks, when we get our pay, we can't afford to live. Can't afford the rent. Can't afford the groceries. Can't afford the car that we got that's falling the fuck apart. Can't afford the gas to put in the car. Then to go work in our slave jobs that we're not getting paid nothing to have. You know, this empty rhetoric is starting to fall false to our ears. And all this fake rhetoric about capitalism and all this other crazy shit you keep hearing over and over again. The propaganda isn't working anymore because our stomachs collectively have all started touching our backbones. We've been so propaganda. America's great. Can't nobody afford to live here. Maybe if your children will be able to afford a house when the average house is over $500,000. So that means you and by yourself or a couple, you gotta be making at least $150,000 to $170,000 as a couple or a single individual to afford a house today. What jobs are paying that? And you know right now they want to replace you with robots. They want automation for everything. They want to replace you with AI. When you lose a job, you might not never get a job back because they want to now place you with AI. That's why your so-called Trump and all these Congress people say now you can't even go against AI for 10 years because they don't work in your benefit. You ain't figured that out? You understand what's going on? You can't even question AI for 10 years as they set it all up to now what? Bankrupt your ass. That was in this fake, big, beautiful bill that you mega morons will run around screaming about. That you can't go against AI for 10 years. That well, 10 years they already set up the system. The control system will be set up. And most people will sadly be out of work. So what will they do with us now that they're out of you live in an evil, corrupt country. So what will they do with all the out-of-work people now that they criminalize being homeless? You can't afford to live, you can't afford to pay the rent. They're criminalizing the homeless and now it's a criminal offense to be homeless. Now once they implement AI for the majority of jobs, where do you stand at? What do you do? What's going to happen to you? Right? What's going to happen to you and I now that you allow these morons to hijack the government completely? Because there's no government official that's going to side with us because we don't have any power.